Prioritizing the spiritual part of who you are. That is going to be this week's topic of spiritual tip number 5. Hey,
On
Tom.
Enthusiastically Spiritual.
That is where we're at, and that is where you're at, listener. So, hey, welcome back.
Welcome back.
So, I wanted to do a real quick spiritual tip sharing with you guys about whenever we work with the spiritual part of us, are you using it as just a concept? Or are you embodying the spiritual part of who you are? So I notice a lot of people do throw the word around a lot. Mind, body, spirit, spirit, spiritual, spiritual, spiritual. But I'm like, do they really embody what they're talking? Are they walking their talk? What do you think about that, Tom?
I just had a deja vu experience. I
Well,
think
let's talk
we,
about
I
that.
think we have mentioned this before a couple years ago. But anyway, it's coming back to light.
A couple years ago. Well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
coming back to light. And yes, well, there's a lot of people who study spiritual knowledge. And so then it becomes more of an intellectual exercise. You know, we have our two parts, our intellect and our feelings. Our true feelings are based on our soul nature. That's how our soul feels. We're intelligent energy, intelligent pattern of light, you might say.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're all about making this practical, because it's one thing to study it and get it in your head and, you know lots of spiritual facts or have a lot of spiritual ideas as to or concepts about how things are organized. But if I don't make it a priority for my own growth, my own experience, I'm going to miss out.
Prioritizing.
That's the bottom line.
Key.
If I avoid that, if I make it a head trip rather than a heart trip, in terms of what do I mean by that? Well, have experiences, go out and have experiences and apply your new spiritual concepts, of patience with yourself, patience with others. Find
Working with
out,
spirit.
yeah, be in those situations where you do get your cage rattled a bit, because that's a great sign that, that's an area that you need some understanding about your feelings or understanding your feelings.
Right. I totally agree. And also just being, like Tom saying, just being out and amongst people and being out amongst in the world. And I'm sure that, the monks in Tibet or other places that sit there all day and just, um, chant their navels. I'm sure that they've got their priorities too, because that's what they're here to experience this lifetime. But us, we're not. We're here to actually be in action. We're here to show up, to be present, and to really start embodying some of the things that you do practice. And so, everyone has their different ways they do it. And there's a lot of stuff out there. Like Tom's saying, there's a lot of information. There's also a lot of experiences. So people are going to, workshops and doing online courses and different things. But just gathering more and more information makes you full. So prioritizing how you take in the information and then how you embody it can look unique to you. But for myself, I found that years and years ago, I say years and years ago because honestly, it really was when I was a massage therapist. In those 7 years, I devoured so many techniques and tools and spiritual as well as for the body, right? And during that time frame, a lot of what I was taking in constantly, I didn't do anything with because it was so much information and it
Mm.
was so many techniques. So I wasn't able to embody it. It was just a concept, and a lot of them were concepts. So for myself, I've learned over time, and of course, this is all, practicing what we preach, right, everyone, that if I'm able to really go out and experience and practice what I'm learning, then I can really embody it. So that's my personal perspective and the way that I found that, coming home from all these events before, I'd be so full and I wouldn't know what to do with it because I had no way to outflow. I had no way to share with others like we do today. There's so many people sharing about spirituality and this realm that we're working with that a lot of people don't understand or embody. But being able to walk our talk and understand that we're all in different places, but prioritizing that aspect of yourself is key. So what is your experience you want to share, Tom?
Well, it's really key that I learn to tune into my feelings, so I hear an
Feelings.
idea, I hear a concept, but what do I feel about that? How true does that feel to me? And, there's a wealth of inner wisdom within you and within me and within all of us. We didn't come here to learn everything. We've learned stuff before, and we're
Oh my
gonna
God,
we're gonna
yes.
learn new stuff, and we're refining things. But if I don't make my spiritual opportunity here, what if I don't make that a priority? I have to keep doing the same things over and over again, and that's kind of like innately we don't like to waste time. Souls really like to move faster, but and sometimes the way to go fast is slow down, get your keyword, set your spiritual goal, so that along with the uh, physical accomplishment or the business accomplishment of what you're doing, or the thing you need to do, because there's certain things we need to do to survive, then you have some spiritual awareness from it. So that's what I found. I mean, it just life gets smoother, less more big ups and downs, more of a steady, pace. And but there's still challenges, and I welcome those, because those are areas where I'm becoming more aware. And that's what I think about that.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel about that.
So that is spiritual tip number 5 for this extra mini morsel episode for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next week, we'll be back soon.
We'll be back soon.
And so remember that life is too short to not be enthusiastic about your unique journey. Hey everyone, for a spiritual perspective that you won't find anywhere else but right here, please make sure you subscribe.